Shalom, shalom, Akim. Before I begin, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash. All right. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations unto the elect. All right, my today's video is gonna be based off, or it's gonna be entitled. It's gonna be entitled. Remember, or something along the lines of Golly. Slack it. It's gonna be something along the lines of remember who you're teaching, or remember something along those lines. Remember who you're teaching, or remember who you're dealing with. All right, because a lot of times, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. A lot of times you just you do a lesson and you don't really you just think that's the lesson, or that's that. No, okay. You have to really understand that you as a prophet, everything that you say, other people are listening to it and are really trying to get edified. Okay. Brothers, people click on your channels, people click on your videos to be edified, to learn something, to learn something new. So if you just like have a monotone voice the whole time, nobody wants to sit through that. If you're just like, and then this is gonna happen. Like, no, man, you want to have some type of, enthusiasm. All right. Because, Jake, you should be able to learn either way. But, a lot of Jake, they need like a little snappy reminder. Okay. Like a little, like, if you constantly speaking in a low tone, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. Especially when some brothers have it in the background. Okay. When they're trying to do something. Okay. Myself, I sometimes, put videos, when I'm studying, my math or whatever. Okay. But, brothers really gotta serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. Sincerity. So, like, yeah. So this is the book of, come on now. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and 14. Now therefore, fear the Lord Yahweh, and serve him in sincerity and in truth. Right, you gotta do these videos in sincerity and in truth. You can't just do these videos and just, you know, not 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 put any thought into them. Okay, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. I'm really yelling to myself. All right, but you know, I need this reminder. Some brothers may need this reminder. Okay, because you forget that whatever you're saying, other people are listening to. Okay, other people are being edified, even if it's just one person. Okay, you gotta remember that the spirit of the Lord is in these scriptures. It's like in these videos. It says, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. Right? You're supposed to serve the Lord in truth and sincerity, man. Okay. And really, what inspired me to do this lesson is I was at work earlier. Okay. I was waiting to get into work. Me and my dad was waiting in the truck. Okay, and we was waiting in the truck, and I had the Elder Apostle Gabar's video pulled up, and he said, or it was a video entitled seven seven ways or something along those lines. 7 ways to know that your how does it go? I think it was 7 ways to know if you're following instructions. Something along those lines. Okay, and in that video he put up the scripture, okay, which I'm gonna read now. Proverbs 27 and 23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flocks, and look well to thy herds. Okay, and the way he used it was he was getting on the camp leaders to, well, not really getting on them, but saying, what needs to be told. Hey, camp leaders, should know the state of their camp. Okay, nothing should go by in the camp under the camp leaders' noses. Okay, so he was pretty much just telling the camp leaders to be more diligent. All right, but just like camp leaders gotta know the state of their flock, you are also a teacher. Okay, you are also a teacher. You are also a prophet. Okay, so why wouldn't you know the state of those who are watching your videos? Okay, because these videos they go out for a reason. I'm sure brothers don't just do it and expect no one to watch them. All right, so you gotta really be diligent. You gotta really watch what you're doing. All right, and you gotta really just and our brothers know it's all through the spirit, of course. All right, it's all through the spirit, of course. But I just didn't want to lag on me, man. I swear, man. Esau, man, can't even do his own thing right. There you go. Right, man. So like I was saying, okay, but if you really serving the Lord in truth and in sincerity, and you really putting your heart into these, or I would say your mind into these videos, that you're really trying to edify, that's the spirit you should be in. Okay, the apostles before they weren't just blabbering about whatever. They was watching what they were saying. Okay, because you have to understand that we're in a time right now where people can clip a video short of you, and even if it's used out of context. Okay, they can make you look bad. They can make this ministry look bad. Okay, but really, if they do that, they're scoffers, anyways. Okay, but you know what you did, and you could pay the full clip. But if you was really going off, then now that looks really bad on the ministry. So you gotta watch the way you word things. Okay, making these videos ain't just about making the videos. It ain't just about, damn, I made 3 videos this today. But what if there was only 7 minutes? There was only 8 minutes, 7 minutes. You was talking nonsense. Now what? Those are labors in vain, man. Those, real quick. All right. Well, when this comes up, there it goes. Call lawyer Al Bashir Haushai. Ecclesiasticus 37:19. There is none that is wise. It's like there is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet is unprofitable to himself. Right, that's a scary feeling, man. That should put the fear of the Lord in you, man. Here it is, you have all this knowledge and you teaching people, but you unprofitable unto yourself. Okay, so you really have to watch what you're saying. You really have to really examine every single video. Okay, because these are videos sent out to the flock. These are videos sent out to gather the hopeful elect, the chosen of the Lord, the specific souls that the Lord chose. They're gonna move closer to your word. Okay, so you really have to watch. You can't just be putting up anything, man. You gotta really watch what you're doing. And I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, man. I watched some of my old videos, man, 2 3 minute longs. I was talking about. I read half a scripture, man. You laugh and look back at it, but it's like, man, the Lord really snapped me out of that. Okay, but that's pretty much it, man. That's like I said, just a quick reminder. With that I say, shalom.